It's that time of year again. The nights are getting longer, it's cold outside, and the shops are full of sparkly decorations. Christmas. It's a time for happiness, for family, for being cozy by the fire with the people we love. But it's also a time for stories. And some of the oldest stories are the ones that give you goosebumps. So come closer, everyone. Turn down the lights, make the fire bigger, and let me tell you about the creepy things hiding in the shadows and the bumps in the night after the Christmas songs are over. These are 5 scary Christmas stories. It arrived on a stormy night, wind howling, icy rain hitting the windows. A huge evergreen tree smelling of winter and secrets. The Harringtons were so excited. Little Timmy especially, his eyes wide open in amazement. But as soon as the tree was up, something felt strange. Ornaments shook even though no one was near. Whispers seemed to come from inside the tree, a low hum like the tree was holding its breath, waiting. Then on Christmas Eve, as the children slept, the tree started moving. Shadows stretched across the walls, looking like monsters. Ornaments broke, the pieces flying in the air. Timmy's parents ran in, scared, only to find the tree glowing, a strange bright light coming from it. At the bottom of the tree, a single ornament different from the others, a wooden carving of a scary, smiling face. It pulsed too, flashing with the tree. And as Timmy watched from the doorway, his eyes wide with fear, the tree reached for him, its branches twisting, turning into creepy claws. The old house stood quiet, covered in snow. This was Eleanor Vance's home, a woman haunted by a ghost. Every Christmas Eve at midnight he came, a tall, skinny figure in a ripped coat, his face hidden in shadow. They said he was her great-grandfather, a greedy man who died in this very house. He never spoke, but she felt his sadness and regret. Eleanor would find him at the top of the stairs, his ghostly body shining in the moonlight, or staring out the window looking sad. One Christmas Eve, Eleanor found a small old locket under the tree. Inside, a tiny picture of a young woman with kind eyes and a sad smile. That night, the ghost appeared, holding the locket. He offered it to Eleanor, his ghostly body flickering. When she took it, she thought she saw a tear on his cheek. The next morning, the locket was gone, but Eleanor knew her great-grandfather wasn't trying to scare her. He was trapped, missing something he'd lost. The first snow had made the town of Hollybrook look like a Christmas card. But underneath the holiday cheer, everyone was scared. For weeks, people had seen a figure late at night, hiding in the shadows. The Christmas Eve intruder. No one knew who or what it was. Some said it was a man, tall and scary. Others said it was a monster with glowing red eyes. The only thing they knew was that it went after houses decorated for Christmas. The Miller family found out the hard way. It was late on Christmas Eve, and they were sitting by the fire when they heard it. A scratching at the window, and low growls. The children huddled together, scared. John Miller grabbed his fire poker and slowly went to the window. Outside, in the snow, stood a figure, tall, super skinny, with long, sharp claws. It grinned, a creepy grin, and then it smashed against the window. The family screamed as the figure clawed and growled, trying to get in. They stayed together all night, listening to the scratching and growling. When morning came, the figure was gone, but on the frosty window a scary message: "You're next." The antique shop was full of old, dusty things. This is where Sophie found it, a pretty porcelain doll in a velvet dress with bright blue eyes. It was the perfect gift for her niece Lily. But Lily was terrified of the doll. She said its eyes followed her. Sophie thought she was just being a kid. But then strange things started to happen. Lily's drawings, once happy and colourful, became dark, with pictures of the doll and its glowing red eyes. One night, Sophie heard Lily scream. She ran to Lily's room and found her hiding under the blankets, pointing at the doll. The doll was standing up, its face twisted into a scary grin, its blue eyes now glowing red. Sophie tried to get rid of the doll, to throw it away, to burn it. But it always came back, appearing in Lily's room, her bed, her arms. The doll had chosen Lily, and it wouldn't leave her alone. The first snowman appeared on December 1st. a happy snowman with coal eyes at the edge of the woods behind the Harper's house. Little Billy Harper loved that snowman. Every day he'd wave to it, tell it secrets. But the snowman started to change. Its smile looked bigger, meaner. Its coal eyes followed Billy, watched him. Then each morning it was closer to the house, a little closer every day. Billy's parents thought kids were moving it, but Billy knew better. One night Billy heard scratching at his window. He looked out, and there, very close, was the snowman. Its coal eyes stared at him, and its smile wasn't a smile anymore. It was a scary, open mouth. Billy was terrified. He moved back as the window opened, a cold wind blowing in, smelling of pine needles and something else. Something cold, old, and hungry. The next morning, Billy was gone. The only thing left was one of his mittens in the snow at the foot of the snowman. So as you go to sleep tonight under your warm blankets, remember these stories, the ones that make you pull your blankets up higher. Christmas is a time for magic, but sometimes that magic can be scary. Sweet dreams, everyone, and be careful in the dark. You never know what might be hiding near the Christmas tree. Happy holidays!